Yo, what is up everybody? How you guys doing? Today we're going to be reacting to the top 10 dangerous animals you should run away from. So yeah, let's check it out. Please subscribe.
The world is filled with millions of species of animals. Some of them are quite harmless, quietly living their lives, while some of them are just downright dangerous and sometimes very aggressive. Today we're going to be looking at 10 of the most dangerous animals that you should honestly run away from. Make sure you stay tuned and stay away from number 1. The number of
honestly, bro, I'm running away from snakes, bro.
Staggering. Number
I fucking
10.
hate snakes. Like,
sharks. Okay, so
I hate snakes though. I hate snakes.
But hey, you can swim pretty fast, I suppose. It's up to you, really. We're not talking about an individual species of shark here, though. We're lumping the entire family in as a whole. Movies and media are often spreading the picture of sharks as being ferocious killers that eat and destroy everything that comes in their way. But it's quite exaggerated, and many shark species are.
Well, they do, bro.
Except for some like the tiger shark. You see, each year there are around 75 shark attacks.
Bro, I'm not gonna sit in the ocean and be looking at a shark and be wondering, is this a tiger shark? Is this going to eat me or I should run?
With that said, of course, sharks
I'm finna take off, bro.
Tiger sharks are incredibly powerful predators that should always be respected. However, for at least 2 out of 3 of them, they don't really see humans as food. I'll give you a guess who does see you as food. So if you're scared of sharks, don't think of them as monsters killing thousands of people each year, because that is simply not true.
So what are they?
Although that really shouldn't encourage you to go and pet one. Number 9. Ants. It's quite counterintuitive to think that ants are more dangerous animals than sharks, but the fact is that they are. In fact, ants are about 3 times as dangerous as sharks. Where sharks cause the average of 10 fatalities yearly, ants cause about 30 every year.
I don't think it's because they're more dangerous. I just think it's because, you know, like,
this red, angry-looking variety
you're more likely to encounter an ant
than
a shark, to be honest.
They have large
because how many times do people go into the ocean? That is just the main reason. If it was equal amount of times, fam, people are gonna be dying. Like, sharks are going to be killing people. So I still don't. I'm not gonna place ant above sharks, bro.
I'll kick anyone's butt, even my own. Another ant worth mentioning is the bullet ant. They are known to have one of the most painful stings. It's found in South America and is also known as the
truth be told, I'll give ants their props.
Up to 24 hours after being
They are pretty dangerous, like certain ants, like the bullet ant, like I said.
But shot with a bullet, hence the name.
You get what I'm saying?
Number
Sharks
8. Bees and wasps. You shouldn't go near them. Next number. Number.
There's no need to talk much.
Fine. In truth, bees and wasps should have landed higher on our list of the most dangerous animals in the world. The problem is, nobody in the world is actively keeping track of fatalities attributed to them. In the US alone, 50 people per year succumb to bee and wasp attacks. For all we know, that number could balloon to 500 if we include worldwide attacks. Case in point is the Japanese giant hornet. Every year, up to 40 deaths are recorded by the sting of Japanese hornets. The venom of Japanese hornets would cause an allergic reaction and dissolve tissues within the shortest time. The repeated stinging from the group of hornets will also result in a very, very painful death. Japanese hornets are very
I'm sorting that shit off the air, bro.
One hornet alone is more than capable of dispatching 40 individual bees by all its alone. However, guess what? These guys rarely operate alone. Each colony of Japanese hornets contains up to 700 members, and they feed on honeybee larvae to a significant amount. Yeah, that's right. These things eat bees.
I know every animal or insect is important in the whole ecosystem.
Number 7.
But are wasps really important?
Okay, seriously, follow me on this one, please. You wouldn't
really? Are they really important?
Pretty dangerous creatures. Oh, what's that? You don't believe me? Well, guess what? The yearly worldwide average of deer-related fatalities is at least 300 people.
What?
Yeah, I guess you won't look at Bambi the same anymore.
Disney, you lied.
Is
that Disney? I don't really remember this stuff.
Well, deer have horns. And you might think that this would be the main cause of human fatalities. But no, that's very wrong. Yes, admittedly, there have been recorded cases of fatal deer horn impalement, but that's very rare and far in between. In fact, the latest one being a man in Arkansas who was gored to death by a deer he shot and thought it was already dead only in October of this year. With that said, the vast majority of deer-related fatalities happen when deer cross the road, usually at dusk or at dawn. Couple that with a sleepy driver, then we have a definite recipe for disaster. In the US alone, over 100 cases are reported each year of people running over on the highway.
Okay, I understand that one.
Results. Number 6. Elephants. Okay,
Really,
yeah,
elephants, bro.
Sense. Again, much like deer, elephants would be the last
so
animals
nice.
you think could be dangerous to humans. Generally, they're viewed as big,
so nice,
little animals. When you think of an elephant, you
probably
don't
want to piss them off, bro, because if you piss them off, bro, they're like
is because they're so
times
large
50 of your size, so
it's more of a danger to us than you would think.
in plain words, you're dead,
Elephants
bro.
will attack if they are injured, or if they feel threatened, or peck if they just feel like it. That one scene from Dumbo where Dumbo's mother protects him from those kids is really inaccurate. There should be a lot more bloodshed and body parts. And because they're so big, if they do decide to attack, most of the time the results will be fatal. While doing research for this video, I myself was quite surprised to find out that over 500 fatalities are caused by raging elephant attacks every year. Most of these incidents are caused by elephant bulls who were cast out of the herd, making them all sorts of crazy. Or, you know, by
I still think elephants are nice.
I guess that one's a little more understandable.
Those elephants that caused those fatalities must have been high on crack.
He was attacked by a cow elephant when he tripped over a foot chain while the animal was being medically treated. This poor man fell down and was consequently repeatedly attacked with elephant tusks. The man sustained multiple stab injuries to both groin regions, a penetrating injury to the abdominal wall with traumatic prolapse of the loops of the small bowel, multiple defects of the mesentery, and incomplete laceration of the abdominal aorta with massive damage to the abdominal cavity. In addition to these penetrating injuries, the man sustained multiple rib fractures with contusion of the pelvis and laceration of the right lobe of the liver, as well as comminuted fractures of the pelvic arch and left femoral bottom.
My nigga, you're dead, bro.
For those of us not familiar with medical terms, that just
elephant steps their foot on you, my nigga, you're dead.
Shortly after he had been received at the hospital.
You're dead, bro.
Number 5. Hippos. The hippo is considered by many one of the most dangerous animals in the world. The locals in Africa claim that hippos kill more people than crocodiles, lions, elephants, and cheetahs combined.
Underrated. Like,
they are the third largest land mammal on Earth after the elephant and the rhinoceros. Their closest relatives are whales, from which they diverged about 55 million years ago.
What the fuck is a rhinoceros? I wanted to think of it, but I still cannot picture what the fuck it looks like.
They also spend the day submerged in river mud and can come out at dusk to graze on grass.
I think I know the animal, but I just can't picture it right now.
A day, and they can easily kill a crocodile.
What?
They didn't expect that part. The thing is, there are no reliable sources that can confirm the rumor, but there are lots of evidence that suggests there were at least 500 deaths related to hippos each year. And that number could potentially be a lot higher. Their massive jaws could easily crush a human if they wanted to, and there have been documented cases of hippos just suddenly deciding to attack a human. Marius Els had a pet hippo which he had had since it was just a few months old. The hippo seemed tame, allowing Els to hand feed it and even swim with it. Then one day an ambulance was called out to Els' home and they found him covered with multiple hippo bites.
Damn.
Apparently the hippo just suddenly attacked him and pulled him underwater. He was pronounced DOA in the hospital, but I have no idea what happened to that killer hippo. Number 4. Crocodiles. A prehistoric animal that has survived tens of thousands of years and ancestors predating the dinosaurs.
And start spinning.
The crocodile is certainly one of the world's most dangerous animals in name.
Crocodiles are fucking dangerous. Snakes have to be on this list, bro. You can't tell me snakes are not on this list.
Most. Except for hippos. Why are hippos above the croc anyway? Unfortunately, the larger species of crocodiles don't have a problem seeing humans as their prey, and the reason for crocodiles not killing more people is likely because we know of the dangers and try to stay away as much as possible. The movie Lake Placid taught me well to avoid all of these. Or was that an alligator? I don't know. Either way, it was scary. There actually was a case of a crocodile seemingly preferring to attack
I thought he ate.
In the Philippines,
bro, I thought he ate his own child, bro. I was like, what kind of barbaric shit is this, bro?
Crossing a river, quickly followed 2 months later when her uncle was ripped to shreds. Then finally a man disappeared and was rumored to be attacked by the same crocodile.
Damn.
A few days later, a crocodile was spotted clutching a severed human arm in its jaws. The number of deaths attributed to them is about 1,000 a year, but it could also be higher considering that
video where a crocodile ate another crocodile's arm by mistake.
You want a real crocodile horror story? Look up Gustav the crocodile. That guy's still around and actually hunts humans.
If I could get the video, I would like react to it and
Number 3.
Post like a shot or something.
Dogs.
If I can't get the video, I'm not
our list of the world's most dangerous animals, but man's best friend can also be man's worst enemy. Would you believe me if I tell you that the dog causes more
Dogs.
fatalities every year than
Really?
all of our previous entries combined? Well,
I understand though. I understand for the
as
dogs, but
dog-related
like,
fatalities reach a staggering 24,000
if you didn't train them, they can
every
be
single
pretty fucking
year.
dangerous, bro.
It's not that dogs kill people directly, although some dog breeds are certainly able to do so. Most reported fatalities are due to rabies, which is transmitted to humans when an infected dog bites a human. Rabies is very deadly, and although a vaccine is readily available, there are still a lot of fatalities because symptoms can lie dormant for years before they act up. And when they do, it's often too late, resulting in death. The problem with dogs is that they decide to attack you, running away from them is simply not an option, as most of these guys...
If you ever get bitten by a dog, just, I don't want to know if the dog has been treated or if the dog has been getting anti-rabies or what the fuck. I
looks
do not
alone will
care.
make you run in the opposite
Go
direction.
get anti-rabies, bro.
Number 2. Centipedes.
Centipedes, where the fuck?
From another planet rather than native to
Where
Earth, centipedes
are you guys
are
keeping
terrifying
snakes?
creatures.
Snakes gotta be number
Estimated
one, bro.
8,000 kinds of centipedes
Has to be
worldwide, but
fucking
only
number one.
3,000 of them have been fully described. Even so, the sheer terror with these guys inspiring people are more often than not to send someone
Bro,
to a panic,
centipedes,
and with
bro.
good reason.
Looks so fucking
Although
disgusting.
centipede bites are rarely fatal, they do hurt.
Really?
Some have even been compared to
Criminal.
being shot. But still, that shouldn't be enough to make a fully grown man run away, right? Well, modern centipedes might not make you run for it, but they have an ancestor that will certainly do the job. Arthropora was an 8.5-foot-long millipede from the Carboniferous era. And though it was herbivorous, likely feeding on dead plant matter like modern millipedes, it still has a pretty big scare factor.
What?
Just because it won't try to eat you doesn't prevent it from being
What?
creepy while it scuttles about. Fossil trackways have been discovered showing that
Is this
Arthropora
real?
could move and maneuver quickly, undulating hundreds of legs in rhythm to nauseate and disturb anyone watching. These are the largest
the
known
fuck is
land
this?
invertebrates of all time, and it is unlikely that they had any predators, but it could probably rear up into a defensive posture and look you straight in the eyes.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe.
Yeah, leave a like right now.
You'll get 10 years
It
of
helps out with the
amazing
YouTube
luck.
algorithm, bro.
Just try it. It really works.
Number 1. Snakes.
I fucking snakes are so
Venomous snakes
fucking
and
dangerous,
anacondas are
bro.
definitely some of the most dangerous
So
animals
fucking
in the world,
dangerous.
which is easily noted by the number of deaths per year related to snake bites. Current
Damn.
estimations are around 50,000 deaths a year, but that number could very well be higher considering that many of the most dangerous snakes live in non-developed countries with poor population and lack of healthcare and official records. With that said, the number of deaths by snakes is not specific to one species, but rather spread out among all snake species. And there are countless
Bro. Countless
there are
deaths,
countless
bro.
snakes that are harmless.
Is that a python?
Which dangerous animal would you definitely run away from? Let us know in the comment section below. Want to watch more videos about dangerous animals and the dangers they
So
pose?
yeah, that's for today's video. You guys like the video, like it right now. If you're new, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Please subscribe.